What is human trafficking? I think we can all go to different places of what we kind of think that is. It obviously involves a dark side of all aspects of it, but you have, the human trafficking related to sex crimes, you have forced labor, and you have what just really becomes any situation where there's sort of you owe me this for this. Over 70% of the counties in Tennessee have at least one reported human trafficking crime each year. I would say it's more of a problem than anyone realizes. Bridgestone's uniquely positioned to help solve the fight against human trafficking. The name of this initiative is TAT, or Truckers Against Trafficking, which was recently rebranded as TAT as the organization starts to focus outside of just the trucking industry. The core components of the program are around educating, equipping, and empowering, and really to drive the empowerment of mobilizing a larger force, and that can be anyone, to go out and help fight against human trafficking and all aspects of that.
Bridgestone's involvement with Truckers Against Trafficking began in around 2013 when a core group of individuals in the commercial tire group, so the commercial tire group is really the over-the-road trucking, off-the-road trucking, and agricultural side of the business, found Truckers Against Trafficking and really embraced what they were standing for, which was to try to bring a mobile army to end human trafficking. There's a need for human trafficking awareness in Nashville, Tennessee, because we are at the crossroads of major interstates going north and south, east and west. There's a need for Truckers Against Trafficking to just end the epidemic that has happened. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that's out there. By making people aware of it, not only for your children, my children, if you can just spot and identify in your daily travels or when you're traveling to different cities like Nashville. I became involved with Truckers Against Trafficking in around 2019 when I moved over into the commercial group. So we took it from being all focused on our commercial side to the entire enterprise. So we went from about 6,000 teammates being trained to it becoming an onboarding requirement, and 21,000 teammates have now taken the training. In 2023, we adopted an anti-trafficking in persons policy statement. We have access to people who can make a difference on the front lines, from our sales teammates to our customers who have the large fleets. And we have the relationships with the truck stops where these activities are heavy opportunities of engagement. But as we create that awareness around it internally, we can spread the word across to our customers, our dealers, and everybody that we interface with here in this city. So Bridgestone has two different levels of training opportunities for our teammates. One is the mandatory training, which is the same as the over-the-road trucking. We have a corporate training video. Each of these have an element of a, shall we say, quiz at the end of it, and that it's free. There's no charge, there's no obligation. It's strictly an opportunity to educate and make your teammates aware. The app is something that we're proud to have been a part of creating and also promoting. On the app, a person can actually interface with what's going on, where things are happening, and they can also get resources to report any signs that they observe when they're out in the road, whether you're at a truck stop, whether you're traveling and you're in a hotel, and it's an easy one-step process through the app.
I'd love to share examples of where this has worked and how the process has saved lives. And each year, the TAT organization does award an individual with what is the Harriet Tubman Award, and that is vetting through those that have reported incidents and tied those directly to the training as a huge reason they've actually been able to identify the crime. I do have an example, and that was in South Carolina, where an individual at a truck stop, his employee did identify a female who was walking around the property, and he noticed some things that just didn't seem right. And when he approached her, she actually just broke down in tears and said she didn't know where to go or what to do, because she had escaped an individual who had been holding her hostage and actually forcing her to sell herself for sexual acts. And his actions, one, saved her life, and who knows what else. He actually tied those back to being aware of how to identify things to the training he received from TAT.
any organization that wants to get involved with Truckers Against Trafficking, they can either reach out to us to give our stories and tell how to do this and the impact that it's had on our organization. And I also think that the other big mention that I would have is we were involved with Thistle Farms in a Light the Way luncheon last year. And as a result of that Light the Way luncheon and our sharing of the story of our involvement with Truckers Against Trafficking, Secretary of State Trey Hargett started up Tennessee Business Against Trafficking, which also affords an opportunity to take training in the state of Tennessee and be certified as a Tennessee Business Against Trafficking. So further bolstering not only acting globally, but thinking locally.
The most important thing I would like anyone to know about TAT is that it's about saving lives. And I think everyone should understand that whether you're an individual or part of an organization, that you can get involved, and you never know when that one simple action will be the moment that somebody needed you most.